Wow, okay, that was stressful. So, volume warning, for anyone wondering, and we can start just now. Wow, okay, that was stressful. Ah, that's my own voice. Okay, that's over with. So, I've got a mini story for you all. As soon as I tried to start the stream, Streamlabs told me that some drivers were out of date. Tried to update the drivers, but that didn't work. So I was like, hey, what the heck is going on? And then I found out that one of the random settings in Streamlab had changed. Randomly! So, flipped that back and thank God it was the right one on the first try. This is the luckiest I have ever been with technology, because I was sure I'd be sitting here for like the next hour trying to get the stream to start, and then exactly on the minute it turns 6 o'clock, I'd get it working, like in time for the stream to end. So, what a miracle! I mean, I must say that was wow. Okay, that's nice. Anyway, so we've got a new topic of the stream today. It's no longer Overwatch balancing. I think we've talked more than enough about that, and anyway, it doesn't seem like the developers are really doing anything, as they haven't been for like the past few months now, so that's unfortunate. At least I tried to provide my input and, you know, did what I could, so there you go. We're going to be playing some Minecraft today, as recommended by Twitter. 1 vote for Minecraft, 0 votes for Blender. So, sorry, Blender. Just democracy kind of destroyed you there. One day, though. Probably next week. Because Blender's, you know what? Probably Sunday. Because I really want to do that Blender stream, and I think it'll be a lot of fun if I can actually, properly do it. But I was thinking, if we did do the Blender stream, I would be trying to recreate a specific weapon from Overwatch, one of my favorite characters. It's one of the only weapons in the game which is not technically classified as a gun, though I think it is, because you can get the golden gun. I'll have to look at that again, but anyway, it's not a gun. Just as a hint. Alright. Anyway, back onto the topic. Topic of the stream today is the perfect gift. Something that I, and hopefully at least one other audience member, struggles with. Trying to really weed out what a person wants and what is, reasonable to get them. This I have always struggled with, and hopefully we can slightly improve our skills on today in the stream through nice, mild discussion. I really don't know how it's going to go, because buying gifts, that's a very personal thing. It really varies from person to person. I'm not sure I can really cover it properly on the stream. It's a very odd topic I've went with today, but couldn't think of anything better. So, oh, what a great excuse. But it's the truth. I mean, for the topic of the stream, I like to discuss a lot of stuff during the streams. Right now, I'm already going off from the topic that I'd planned. I like to keep it varied, diverse, keep it interesting, not just one thing the entire stream, so I don't know. If nothing else, the topic of the stream is just to try and keep us on track and, do our best to have some mindset about the conversation, as opposed to just running around, arms in the air, screaming about random stuff all the time. Some conspiracy theorist. Though granted, that's fun too, so... Okay, we're gonna get this wood, gonna build a beautiful house, as always. I'd love to say that I could do something different this stream, but I just can't think of what else to do in this world. For those of you who don't know, I actually have a public Discord server out now for this realm and its roleplay aspects. I posted it on Twitter just today. If you want to join, you can hear all about Dravenhold, its updates, how it's going, and even probably chat with some of the people who run the realm. Just Dravenhold's a very peaceful place, so making giant weapons of war or big statues to motivate your populace into going to war, it's not really high on the list of things to do. Oh, but about the Discord server, I have been having so much fun with the custom emotes on Discord. It's everything that I thought I could get out of Twitch, but I just can't because Twitch wants me to be an affiliate before I can add literally just a few images to their giant platform of thousands of hours of video content. That... Really, Twitch? Really? But no, seriously, Discord has been a lot of fun recently. Much more than Skype. I wish more platforms like Skype were easily customizable as Discord is. I think that's my only complaint, though. That's the only reason I like Discord more than Skype. It's just... it seems more friendly. At this point, I definitely have enough wood. But I just can't stand leaving half of the forest cut down. So I'll just make a good clean job of it and then move on. Assuming my axe does not break before that time. Going back and watching some of the stuff that people produced 40 years ago that big companies had to have a hand in, like giant teams of people had to work on these animation projects to get them to look right, to get them to sound right, you know, correlate with the audio. A lot of work had to be put into them. But, you know, it really brings into perspective how long 40 years ago really was in terms of technological development for humans. Today, I could make something very similar in maybe 10 minutes in Blender. What would have taken them hours and a team of people to do, I, a 17-year-old, can do in 10 minutes. That... I mean, not a lot of things amaze me anymore, as they once did. That does kind of... That does kind of make me think, you know, where are we going to be in the next 20 years? Assuming the world does not collapse, of course. Where will we be in terms of technology? Flying cars? Question mark? I will say that if anyone is going to come out with a flying car, we already know it's going to be Elon Musk. Well, what about this? Here's some food for thought. 3D printers are becoming more commonplace all over America, all over the world. They're becoming so commonplace as to basically be like printers were back in the day. Everyone has one. Everyone's gonna have one, and soon, like, they're gonna be $20 or something crazy like that. I mean, what if one day A 17-year-old like myself could just 3D print a car just in their garage and just think it nothing. Like, oh yeah, 3D print a car, I guess it's kind of cool. What about that? How crazy could that be? It's really funny to think about how little they'd think of it at that point. You know, to us it'd be so cool, so amazing. To them it'd just be so mind-numbing. Like, yeah, whatever. It's like me right now using this giant supercomputer, bigger than what NASA had back in the day. Yeah, I guess it's kind of good. Playing Minecraft on it. Decent, I guess. My life's just kind of meh. Do I want to put something here? I need to put something here. Yeah. Yeah, let's put something here. Disappointed because, like, it would require me to flatten this out, this little land here. And I don't really want to because it looks nice. But if I want to put a house here... no, let me shortcut it. I bet I can shortcut it. We'll make a tower house. Or just build it into that mountain. Yeah, we'll do that. Admittedly, this looks ugly, so... Not too sad, but, you know, just a little. Building on that 3D printing a car in your garage bit, if humans last long enough to get to the true space age, they're gonna be like 17-year-old kids printing spaceships in their, like, space station. If we live that long, I don't doubt it for a second. Then again, that is quite the big if, isn't it? I think one day, you know what? Services like Amazon would benefit the most from something like 3D printing. Something tells me that delivery is just one day going to become completely obsolete. Like right now, we have drone delivery, we've got like 1 day delivery on Amazon, and drone delivery is becoming more commonplace all the time. I think that one day you're gonna have your own like Amazon 3D printer. You just purchase something on the internet, purchase like the materials that the 3D printer needs, so basically the equivalent of what that product is, and the 3D printer just prints it in front of your eyes. Like, you order a new game mouse, you just have to like tell Amazon, I guess you'd have some sort of a department store where you could pick up the materials for this, or just have it delivered. God, what am I thinking? The 1980s? No. Just just have it delivered, this filament, stick it into your 3D printer, purchase the mouse from whatever company is developing the design for it, it just 3D prints right there. That would be awesome. And that is, well, not probably going to be the case. I don't think that companies would really enjoy having that, because I'm almost sure that people would have these in-home 3D printers that they could reprogram to just print out massive amounts of company-owned products. And, you know, a big part about the design of these things is companies charging for the design itself. Not really the product. It's more so just companies want to retain their uniqueness to consumers. And also prices, obviously, but, I mean, prices are kind of determined by design, too. In some ways. I think, you know, that brings to mind hacking is going to be the worst problem for any technological development these days. Autonomous cars, I don't even think I have to touch on this. That's going to be terrifying. You guys can just dream up any situation involving a hacker who knows this stuff and an autonomous car just driving down the highway. And, I mean, you don't even have to have a motive for that. It's... Jesus. It's terrible. Didn't want to break that tree anyway. I think the biggest danger to law and order in any civilization is going to be if AI ever comes out in the form of machines, and if we ever start using machines for national defense. If we ever start arming autonomous machines, that's the day the hackers will rule, if they can, you know, if they are allowed to. Because if they're allowed in, I mean, they have the US Army at their commands. That's just, that's not a good day at all. Autonomous cars are bad, but they don't have guns, you know. They're tanks. Cars are tanks, obviously. They are heavy and they are dangerous, but they aren't mobile like an autonomous, you know, humanoid machine would be. Still, tanks. Terrible. And most people don't think about cars like tanks, but really there's no better similarity. There's no better analogy for them. Minus the gun turret. I guess cars really don't have giant turrets on the front, but you know what I mean. I was planning on relating this topic back to our original topic in the top left, by saying, hey, you could like 3D print any gift you want, or you could make your own using 3D printing, but it kind of brought to mind some other stuff. I'm not going to change the topic, but I did want to bring it up because these days it is becoming a lot more prevalent. And I think it's good to talk about it just to remind us of what could be if we're not careful. having an open mind with that stuff. It's so easy to underestimate technology and cars, as I said, but when you talk about it, it becomes less so. And less dangerous in a way. God. Well, let's start off with the personal topic of gift giving. The strategies I use, just to list them off, are to compare what I would want with what I think the person that I'm thinking of might also want. To be more specific, I would always want someone to get me something like a utility item, like a watch or a bandage or something like that. Bandage. You know what I mean. The idea is, if I want it, and if I can find a use for it, then I can show them the usefulness of it, and therefore they will like it and appreciate it as a gift. If I know they very much do not like what I'm planning to get them, then obviously that won't happen. But the idea is to have usefulness in mind. And when I go off of usefulness, I feel like it's a lot more effective. I don't have to guess about, oh, will they like this? Oh, will they like that? They will find a use for it, It will be useful one way or another in the future, unless they just never use it, in which case, well, that means they never needed it. But they had it if they did need it. But it's not that personal. When you get a gift like that, it's saying, well, I don't really know you that well, so I'm going to get you something that I would want. It feels kind of more like an insult, even though it really shouldn't be. So it's not the best strategy in my opinion, but I suppose if you're on really good terms with the person you're speaking about, they'll know that you just really are dumb and you couldn't think of anything else. They tried their best, hopefully. That's being optimistic, and not often do I like it. I'd rather know exactly what they want and get it for them. But there's no asking them what they want. That's the biggest problem. There's no directly saying, hey, want something for your birthday? Yeah, just write it down on this piece of paper. It doesn't work either. It's even less effort, in fact. I guess I'm just not that empathic or something. I can never, ever tell what a person might want for any kind of a holiday. I mean, I can give it my best guess, but I don't like guessing either. I mean, guessing feels very, oh, you got me a painting. Well, I don't really like that much, and it doesn't fit anywhere in my house. So, thank you. Goodbye. That's very haha. And, it just doesn't... I don't know if it's better or worse than the others I've mentioned previously. Obviously, it's better than just asking, but... guessing, man. Don't like it. Now, to be honest, this is kind of a more open-ended topic for me. I'm really hoping for some viewer help on this one, because I haven't thought of any other strategies to deal with this. I mean, that's just how bad I am personally with this one issue. Wow, this is perfect. Alright. It's like the land wanted me to build a house here. Oh, God. No, it's not. Darn it. One block off. God. Okay, I'll deal with that later. Just time for a drink. Oh. A good drink to be sure. I think the best gift I have ever given. Oh, God. Oh, this is a silly one. So a while ago, a very long time ago in fact, I published a video, a vlog video, of when I recorded my experiences in Nebraska for Christmas. Went to my grandparents' house, I met Paul's family, we all had a good time exchanging presents. Well, you know, what presents we could. And then it came time for Paul to open his presents. Went well, until he got to mine, and that went. And like I say, this is the best present I have ever given. It went very, very well. Much more well, much better than it ever should have gone if I had done this to anyone else. So thank you, Paul, for being such a good sport about it. Hello to Mason Miller. He says, vlog number 4. That's probably the one. You remember Paul's face, I'm sure, if you remember the vlog number. I got him a penny. It was by far the best received present I have ever given, and thank God for that, because if it had gone any other way, that would have been a very, very sad day for me and everyone involved. It was hilarious, as it was. Because it wasn't just a penny. Like, I didn't say, oh, yeah, here's a penny. Enjoy. No, it was more like, I gave him a box, really, really big box. I put a box in that box, so when he unwrapped the first box, he opened another box. Then I put a smaller box in that box, and I think I included a fourth box inside the smallest box. But anyway, inside the fourth box, I put an envelope, and inside the envelope, I put an envelope. Inside that envelope, I put a smaller envelope. Inside that envelope, I actually managed to stuff the same size of envelope inside the same envelope, so that was impressive in and of itself. And then inside that envelope, I put a little note, and it said, this is what happens when you don't tell me what you want for Christmas. It was very ingenious, very well written, my best handwriting to be sure. And then, inside of a piece of paper, it was rolled up like a candy wrapper that some kid just threw out, was the penny. That's... I mean, it took a while to unwrap that present, I won't lie. Mason Miller says, nope, that is number 5. That was great. I'm very happy it was great. Very happy indeed. Mason, so Mason, did you hear the topic of the stream? Do you know what we're talking about today? And if the answer is yes, do you have any ideas on how one can improve in their gift-giving skills? Like, what can you do? Is there something you look for in a person? Like, are there any signs that they give that are obvious all the time, but I just miss? You wouldn't know that, obviously. Are there any signs that you think you've ever missed? but aren't sure on. Mason Miller says, yes, more boxes, and googly eyes. You think I should have put a googly eye on the penny? I think that would have been a nice touch. Might have taken from the joke a little, but that definitely would have added something, I'm sure. This house, this is gonna be a really weird shape. And I mean a really weird shape. Oh god. Let's do it. Yes, a googly penny, says Mason. What a beautiful thought that is. I suppose it is a rather silly topic, you know, compared to any other topics I could have come up with if I was a little more creative. I couldn't think of anything today. Today was just a very, very slow day for me. I wonder, do you think that good old Cole is actually going to start a war with Dravenhold, Mason? Yes, this is a change of topic, and it is a bit abrupt, but I think that one gift thing has kind of overstayed its welcome, personally. And if you want to continue with it, feel free. I'd love to, but I sense that we might get bored with it pretty quickly. I don't know what motive Cole has to going to war, beyond we haven't had a war in a while, as said by, I think, Mr. Mason. The thing I don't get is, Cole really has no one in his clan, and I think Dravenhold has one, two, three, four? Question mark? 4, 5 people, I think, in it. 4 or 5, I don't remember. In any way, 4 or 5, that seems a little stacked against him. Granted, he does have a castle, so maybe he's planning to go to war, hide in the castle, and wait for us all to march to the gates, in which he will pour lava on our faces and kill us all. That is a tried and true strategy. Oh, by the way, today's example of what not to name an item. Very offensive, as always. I love that post. But I fear I might run out of offensive things to put on it. I need to hire like a writer to write nothing but offensive jokes for me. Puns about Minecraft items. That's what the sensible man would do. Let's see. Are we ready to copy the design of literally every house in Dravenhold? Hooray! No, not gonna do that. Today we're gonna... You know what? No, I can't. I don't want to do it again. I don't want to make another cookie cutter house. This house has to be unique in A, design, or B, the materials used to build it. Gosh darn it, I need to come up with something. One unique thing I'm thinking of here is having a balcony go from this diagonally to here. Kind of overhangs a little bit. This is going to be a giant doorway. The house is going to curve around here. And unlike Isaac's in this house, it's actually going to go straight upwards instead of have a roof right here. And this is going to be a tower. Because I like towers, apparently. Alright, we'll start off the base the same. I can't think of anything, gosh darn it. Builder's secret. Always do this. Never leave it just on dirt, because that looks... I mean, it's fine. Typically, you can do that. It's just, to me, it looks much better if you fill it in. Or just have it like this. Just try to get it like this as much as possible. Good old outline. Oh! Darn it. Maybe I could do something special with the design on the inside, right here. Maybe something like that? God, no. Maybe? God, no. Maybe? It's just such a waste of wood, this, but I really shouldn't be concerned about that. I just don't know if it's gonna look good or not. Cobblestone, stone, or wood? Let's try wood. No. No, I don't like that. Oh, golly. I'm ashamed, because that house over there has only one, maybe two unique qualities. One being the torches on the outside, which I like. I mean, it's not terrible that it's only unique quality. But it also has this, like, ravine through the middle, separating these two second stories. I think that's a really stupid thing to do for a house, but it looks kind of nice on the outside. On the inside, it's just painful. Like, say for example, the laundry room, no, the kitchen is up here, and for whatever reason, like, I don't know, living room's out here. If you want to take food from the kitchen to the living room, you've got to walk outside through the house and to here to serve the food, or you've got to go down those stairs, walk a mile this way, and then go up these stairs. Like, this is the house of pain if you put the wrong rooms in the wrong places. I suppose more than anything else, it's like a challenge for any homeowners. Put the darned rooms in the darned right rooms, or else you will suffer immense, terrible pain. I wish I could repeat that pattern over here, but it doesn't. Maybe I can. Oh yeah, I definitely can. Ah. I need some ladders, like, badly. Okay. So for anyone who's OCD, you will probably be very angry at me right now, but I want to assure you that from the outside, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. If you look at... Oh... You can definitely tell the difference, and you have a very good reason to be angry with me. Oh, that's terrible. What about this? Make it look purposeful. It's... God darn it. Why? Why? I thought it looked so nice close up, but it really... It doesn't. Let's change this up just a little. Okay, good enough for me. The great words of whoever the heck said them, good enough for me. Oh, yes. And if anyone goes onto the Discord server, finds the Realm timeline, and reads down to the character list, where Paul's character is very clearly listed as Father Kindleflame, he wanted me to express to everyone who knows this that Kindleflame was just a poor naming choice on his part. Doesn't actually mean it to mean that the Kindleflames are connected in any way to the Realm. I think it's a very interesting coincidence, but he did want to express that he understands the series has ended, and he's not trying to insinuate anything. So, just in case you were wondering. I think wood, logs, and stone. No, stone brick. Just in case I don't like the look of it. It's meh, but, you know, I don't know that I'd be able to do much better. I'll keep those there, actually. In terms of finding a new scheme with the same 3 blocks, I don't think I'm too good at it. But I don't want to just repeat this over and over, especially while I'm live on stream, because that's just, well, A, it's lazy, and B, like, who the heck would want to watch that? It's not even lazy for a good reason. It's just laziness for the sake of being lazy. Good God. Okay, Minecraft. I think it would be really nice if they made it so that zombies could hear you getting hurt from any distance. So if you took damage or were like hurt by a spider, all zombies in the immediate area would aggro to you. Like sharks smelling blood or something. I always have these thoughts to make Minecraft more challenging, and it's just really fun fantasy on my part. I don't really want to see them added to the game because that wouldn't make it fun for a lot of people. But I love the idea of them being added. Oops. Nah, shoot. Boss mob. Too easy. Alright, walls finished. I think they look painfully average. But we'll get them capped off with some decorations on the second story, hopefully some nice design on the second story, and rely heavily on the second story as every other house does in Travenhold. Hooray! Sometimes I feel in these builds like you only really need to have one good aspect and one creative thought behind it to make it look fabulous. I used to play Build Battle a while back on Hypixel. One of the prompts was like, build a desert temple or something of that. I built probably what is the most average desert temple you've ever seen in your entire life. But I got first place out of everyone else who built an average desert temple. And that was because, at that point, I think, and Hypixel still does, they allow you to put particles on your build. One of the particles is called like a firework rocket or something. It makes a bunch of white snow come down from whichever block you've chosen to put it on. In my case, I put it right over the doorway leading into the dark chambers of the inside. Didn't put any light in there, and the nice, smooth white particles falling down over the doorway made it look very enchanting, and that one aspect is definitely what got me first place. Because everything about it was just so much like what everyone else had created. And I believe, if I am correct, that was the... Actually, I don't know if I should say this. This is kind of humiliating. That was the only time I've ever gotten first place in Hypixel Build Battle. So, hooray. I just need that axe. Nice. You know what? I'm not going to build a second story for this house. This house is going to fend for itself without a darn second story on it. Nice. Maybe. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to make it so that there's not really a second story beyond the tower. I do think, the cookie cutter houses in real life, when you see those giant neighborhoods made of the exact same house copied over and over, are honestly pretty cool. Like, the idea that humans can do that, can perfectly replicate the same shape and details over and over and over again, just exactly. It's quite amazing. And it makes you angry when you see a bunch of different cars in each of the driveways, like, come on, guys, couldn't you have just at least gone through the slight trouble of coordinating which cars you're gonna buy before you move in? I mean, God. But anyway, beyond that ridiculousness, that outrageousness, I think there is some draw to it, and I think that's what makes Travenhold special. It's basically the same house copied over and over again, but if you look closely, there's minor differences. The windows, the paneling, towers, torches, cranes. I mean, there's little differences if you look close enough. But if you just look at it from a distance, it does look like a cookie cutter neighborhood, and therefore it kind of appeals to both audiences in that aspect. Both audiences in that way. I want to think of a more intelligible term. I can't. This is going to be one weird house. Class there. I'm sorry. Just want to apologize for that. Well, I think we're ready for the roof. This feels weird. I've always done a second story for these darn houses, but not this time. See if we have enough birch. I think birch is the one thing I forgot to stack up on before the stream. We do have birch trees though, so I guess if we have to. Mass genocide is an option. Yeah, we're gonna need more birch. Do you have any glass? No. Why? I need more glass. Uh-oh, someone left the stove on. There we go. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires. Nice tall roof on this one. Right up to the center. I think the tower is going to save this build. And I just have to hope for it. One, two, three, four, five. Oh, for the... Okay, well, I couldn't have gotten a perfect 5 anyway. I will keep that. Add some supports. Ugh, well, maybe. Acceptable. You know what? Actually, from a distance. Yeah, acceptable. Not terrific, just acceptable. Tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to be a little fancy here. Oh, this might not pay off. I have no idea. We'll just have to say how it looks up afterwards. Oh boy. I'll keep it like that. Sure, I wasn't gonna make that jump. Let's see. Oh, I don't have much left. Just copy. Yeah, copy, paste. Whew, okay. This either looks really good or really bad. One or the other. It's a very polar structure. You know what? Oh, wow, I like that term, actually. Polar structure. I'm going to use that more. This is a very polarized build here. Let's see how it looks. And reveal. Oh, oh, nope. Oh god, don't look at it. Oh my god, close your eyes. Okay, open your eyes. Perfect. Much better. Now I gotta do it to the other side. That's a very, very interesting house there. I like that. Well, we've been streaming for 66 minutes. We had one person in chat, which is a new record for the next month. Hooray. Yay. Thank you, Mason. Tuning in. That was my phone. Don't check yours if that's your... just happens to be your ringtone. Anyway, that's where I'm going to sign off, because we're fresh out of birch, fresh out of oak. Well, minus the stack and a quarter of oak we got. And almost fresh out of stone. I don't really want to bore you all with getting those various odd miscellaneous materials. So we'll just end the stream now and say goodbye. Goodbye. Oh yeah, and by the way, I did finish that one house we were doing on Twitch. I think it was Twitch. Might have been Twitch. Pretty sure it was Twitch. That we were building this house. Yay, we ran out of stone and glass, but finished up that. And it looks half decent. No one's bought it yet because it's like really expensive. 32 diamonds. Actually pretty cheap compared to the other houses. This is the inside. Looks like a barn. That's pretty good. I like the staircase. You know, not many houses have really staircases. They have all got those annoying spiral stairs, which look nice but are terribly impractical. Anyway, that's enough. And goodbye. Song, start playing now.